Over the past couple years, I've been conquering some of the world's hardest platinum trophies, with the king of them all being Super Meat Boy Forever. But there's one game I've always known about that haunts me the most. Meat Jump King, a 2D platformer where my main goal is to reach the top where a smoking hot babe awaits me. And to get the platinum, I'll have to do a 1-hour speedrun, a 15-minute speedrun, and the infamous no fall run. In this game, it's normal to fall literally thousands of times in a single run, so I don't know how a no fall run is even possible. And little did I know that one trophy in this game would be so hard that it brought me to actual tears, which no game has ever done before. I have a feeling this might dethrone Super Meat Boy Forever, but I'm not sure, because I first have to start at the very bottom where my main goal is to simply go up. All right, can we make this jump, bro? Yo, I'm telling you, that jump is literally impossible. Oh, there we go. So when he face plants into the ground, that is considered a fall. And this just kept happening to me, which popped me my first trophy. Oh, come on. Just the beginning. 100 falls. Yep. We've been on here for 30 minutes. 100 falls in 30 minutes. That's crazy. Still in this stupid green forest area. And after about 10 more minutes of being stuck here, I still wasn't making progress. Yeah, this seems like it's gonna go on forever. This dude is antagonizing me, man. Talkative. You heard a taste of the old man's wisdom. Man, tell this, bro. I don't want to hear this dude talking ever again, bro. You should just give up. Oh, yeah. Keep talking, bro. But determined to prove that guy wrong, I ended up making some progress. Okay. Go right. Yes! Colossal drain. How long has it been? 40 minutes. And at this point, I was feeling pretty good. Like I can make a good push forward. Don't you do that to me. And that's what happens in this game. 1 minute you're rising to the top, and in just the blink of an eye, you can be back towards the bottom. I really thought we were done with these trees. Jump Squire. You have much to learn. 1,000 jumps. We've reached 1,000 jumps and we can't get past this area. But that wasn't true, because I did make it further, but one slightly misplaced jump can still ruin this all. I'm cracked. Don't want to slide down there. I'm cracked. Okay, we're good. Oh my gosh. Enter through an illusory wall. I didn't see no illusory wall. I just fell. What do you mean illusory wall? Bro, I thought I made that. And although it took me about 20 minutes to get back to this point, I did. Falls King's Keep. There we go, man. 1 hour, 19 minutes, 1,794 jumps. Now, these jumps you're seeing right now might look easy here, but they were actually insanely hard and took me a long time. If you saw this live, then you definitely know my struggle with this area and just all the other areas in the game. And it's why I stream super hard games like this, because it just gives you more of a sense of how this actually played out. Bargainburg. It took me 2 hours and 24 minutes, 448 falls, 3,658 jumps. But Bargainburg is dangerous because there's a bunch of slanted slopes that if you happen to fall down them, you cannot face plant and you're just going to continue plummeting down, losing all your progress. Somehow I was able to keep my composure even after the most tragic fall so far. But all I have to say is, honestly, I've done my fair share of raging throughout the history of this channel, and I've come to learn that I can actually control it more than I think I can. Trust me, it's not worth breaking a controller or a potential monitor or anything for, but I made it back to this tough jump and actually hit it this time, leading me straight to the next area, the Great Frontier. 3 hours and 26 minutes, 5,365 jumps, 621 falls. And we're about to pop a trophy in a moment, but let me quickly tell you about War Thunder, the sponsor of this video. War Thunder is a free-to-play large-scale multiplayer game where you fight huge battles with a wide variety of military vehicles. The game has a huge selection of vehicles to choose from, ranging from classic tanks in World War II all the way to modern fighter jets, and they also have battleships for naval combat. And you can customize these vehicles extensively. I mean, just look at how in-depth this goes. The vehicles also have advanced military tech, so stuff like thermals, drones, night vision can all be used strategically to win fights. They just dropped a brand new update called Hornet Sting, in which they enhanced the graphics on many maps, did a major overhaul of naval battles, added new vehicles to play with like the FA-18 and the SU-30, and other changes based on player feedback. You can download War Thunder for free on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation by using the link in the description. And all new players, plus those who haven't played for half a year or more, will get some special bonuses: 100,000 Silver Lions, a special decorator, Eagle of Valor, and more. And if you want to play anywhere you go, you can download War Thunder Mobile on iOS and Android for free using the link in the description. Thank you, War Thunder, for supporting the channel. Now let's get back to the Great Frontier and Jump King. Here we have some of the most difficult jumps in my opinion, and we meet a man who's going to give us a trophy in a moment. Just wait until you see what is ahead. I will wait here. Yeah, I don't know what that guy's talking about because I'm not coming back. So these few jumps were the hardest, but I ended up getting them first try, allowing me to reach the new area, Windswept Bluff. And we got to Windswept Bluff. 5 hours, 10 minutes, 7,951 jumps, 877 falls. Here you have to strategically use the direction of the wind to make your jumps, but I made a really dumb mistake. Why? No, don't do that! And so when I passed the old man again, I actually got a trophy. Meditations. Hear the advice of the hermit on the mountain. Listen to hermit 10 times. But of course I'm back down here again because that's Jump King for you. Thick skull. There goes the 1,000 falls. And just when I thought it couldn't get worse, but everything's okay, right? We'll be fine. We'll get back up, right? Right? So on this journey to get back all the way up, I ended up getting Jump Night, 10,000 jumps. Okay, so we're all the way up here now, which is actually just before a checkpoint. And if I happen to pull this off, then I won't have to worry about falling all the way back down to the beginning, and I would also get a trophy. I think we're good. Fool's Paradise. What is that? What is that? Is that it? Reach Chapel Perilous. Oh my gosh, bro. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Oh my gosh. Finally, bro. 7 hours, 18 minutes, 10,996 jumps, 1,151 falls. At this point, the only trophy left for me to get on this first playthrough is for beating this map, which meant I had to get through this obstacle course of chandeliers first. And it might look bad, but once you get the hang of it, it's really not hard. It's pretty consistent. This jump, I don't know how to hit this. Okay, full jump. We reached Blue Ruin. 7 hours, 32 minutes, 11,334 jumps, 1,193 falls. Now, I didn't know at the time, but there's just one more area that I have to pass through after Blue Ruin here. But this one's tough because all the platforms have ice on them, which makes you slip, obviously. Mix that with some slopes, and you're bound to have some pretty devastating falls. But surprisingly, I got through this area faster than I thought I would for my first attempt. We reached the tower. 7 hours, 48 minutes, 1,694 jumps, 1,219 falls. Since this is the last area, I'll have a screen counter in the top right just so you know how far I am from beating this, and this will remain for the rest of the video. Oh, please! Okay, come on, come on, come on! What happens if I overshoot right? Bro, I don't want to find out. We're about to find out, folks. Oh. Oh, she's right there. Huh. Yes! We don't have to find out. We got Jump King. Yes! The game has been done. Let's go. Okay, that was crazy, man. So my total stats were time 8 hours 44 minutes, jumps 13,239, and falls 1,330. Remember, I have to speedrun this map in 1 hour and also 15 minutes for 2 different trophies, and I have to beat it without falling. We're gonna worry about those later though. During my first playthrough, I ignored this bird on the left side because I didn't want to fall all the way back down, and I wasn't confident that I could get back up. But now that I beat the map, I can actually go for the bird, and I need to for the Fowler trophy because he goes up to a certain point in the map, and once I get to that point, then I'd get a trophy. Yep. I got Fowler, but there is one last bird just before the checkpoint, and it's related to a grindy trophy that I'm about to take on. Oh, there we go. The trophy is called Big Spender, and I need to collect this ring 10 times from this bird, meaning I have to go through the entire game collecting all the other birds as well until I get to this one. Then I can quit out and restart. After doing so, I have to talk to this merchant and buy some boots, and I'll get 2 trophies actually. On average, it would take me around 20 to 30 minutes to get back up to this bird, so not too bad, but also could be faster. And actually, during one of my runs, I found this hole in the wall and got a trophy for going through. Off the beaten path. Find the room of the imp. Going up this way would lead me to a DLC map that I need to do for the platinum, but I'm not going to do so right now because it's said to be exponentially harder than the original. Plus, my main goal is to get those 10 rings from the bird, so I continued doing that. But after doing so, I realized I have a good chance of getting the 1 hour speedrun trophy, and I should probably give it a shot here. There's a timer in the top left, so once that says 1 hour and I haven't beaten the game, it's over. Unfortunately, I was wasting a lot of time on the upcoming sections, and I was starting to doubt myself. I don't think it's going to happen, guys. See, oh my gosh. There we go. We did it. Let's go! Swift jumper. And we should get another trophy, I think. Yep, double king. Finish the game wearing the crown. Now back to the main task at hand, which is to get those 10 rings from those birds. Turns out that once you reach this point, the old man from the beginning of the game has a bunch of voice lines that he can say to you for another trophy. So I ended up going back down and going AFK until he said all the things he needed to say. And while climbing my way up to get one of the last rings from the bird, I ended up getting another trophy. Jump Lord. My lord is a true veteran in the art of jumping, 20,000 jumps. So then I collected the last ring I needed from the bird, and I was good. So we got Fashionable, and then I have to keep talking to him for the other trophy. Oh, we got Big Spender as well. And although I got my 2 trophies for buying the boots from him, I still didn't get the barter trophy for talking to him 4 times, and I was a bit confused. No, but I didn't get the barter trophy. Talk to the merchant 4 times. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yo, what the heck? On top of the 15-minute speedrun and no fall run, I also have to beat this map while wearing the giant boots for 1 trophy and with the snake ring for another, both of which can be obtained through the new map, New Babe Plus. In here, I have to chase this white bird up to a certain point for the snake ring and collect all 10 of these silver coins to buy the giant boots. I was almost 50 minutes into this run when I got stuck dealing with another ice section, and it was really annoying. And it was the first time I actually showed some real frustration while playing this game, which is surprising to me, to be honest. Oh my gosh, come on. Of course, 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 man. All right, the white crow's right there. I gotta jump up to that. Okay, we got it, but we fell. That's okay. Oh. I'm so scared of that jump. I'm so scared of that jump. And there it goes. Oh. Yup. Oh my. Oh. Bro, I keep missing it. Yep. I'm done. After about an hour, I did find myself in a new area where wind blows constantly and you have to use it strategically to jump to certain spots. This area is really not too bad, to be honest, but I would find myself spending a lot of time in here just because the next area is insane. When I first jumped up in here, I got a trophy that I wasn't expecting. Lost Frontier, baby. I got Archaeologist. Find the hidden nose. That's just this tiny nose here that you can walk over and get a trophy for, and I had no idea. Sitting in this corner is the merchant that I have to buy the boots from once I have enough coins, and I wanted to give him a quick visit, so I need to get... So Lost Frontier was probably the hardest area I've had to deal with so far in this game. As you can see, the platforms that you have to jump to are so small, and one little mistake sets you so far back. I mean, just looking at the timer here compared to last clip, I was stuck here for 4 hours. Ah! Come on, come on, come on. Oh, come on. I don't know what to do. I genuinely don't know what to do. This is impossible. This is literally impossible. I'm scared. I gotta make this jump. Oh! Finally! We've reached Hidden Kingdom. After 6 hours, man. Hidden Kingdom has some invisible platforms that you have to jump on, but if you walk over these mushrooms, it actually shows their location. And once you know where they are, it's a really easy area to get through. But next up is Black Sanctum. After over an hour, I made it to the last spot where the white bird perches. After grabbing it, it's gonna go all the way back down to the beginning of the map, so I need to backtrack. But before doing so, I still need a few more silver coins for the boots, so I'm gonna go up and get those and then come back down. But I ended up struggling here because of Black Sanctum, and it took me a while before I was able to finally get through. I got Blue Ordeal, Reach Deep Ruin. 8 hours and 52 minutes on this stupid run, man. Now this place is not too bad. It is an underwater section, so you have to hold the button down longer to jump, but other than that, it's really not bad. I got the remaining coins I needed, then started heading back down while also watching out for the white bird. Once I made it back to Lost Frontier, I went to the merchant and I was able to purchase the boots from him, popping my trophy. We got large feet. So with these boots, I can't run. I'm forced to jump from the position that I'm in, and that's what makes them so hard, and I have to beat this map with these boots on. But not quite yet. We will get to that. For now, I have to descend to the bottom of the map to chase the white bird. Once that's done, I go all the way back up to the snake and receive the snake ring. Favor of a higher being. Then if I wear the snake ring at the same time as the giant boots, I get another trophy. Then we got Deadly Outfit. So we're back in Deep Ruin, but at the end of it. Like I said, this area is quite easy, just a bit annoying. And my goal is very simple at this point. Just beat this map. I will get 2 trophies when I do so. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We've made it to the Dark Tower. This is my first time here. I think this is the last area of this game, of this map, I think. 14 hours, 56 minutes, 19,380 jumps, and 1,849 falls. How much longer is it gonna take to get to this last section? Oh my gosh, my muscle memory is so off right now. What? Yep, so you can't jump to every platform here. Some of them just have you fall right through. So the key is to be able to know which ones you can versus can't jump on. Oh my gosh, okay. No. Yo, they just did me so dirty. Oh my gosh, I'm all the way back down here. What the? And it took me 15 minutes to get back, but I did. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Full left. Oh, oh. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, I'm so scared, I'm so scared, I'm so scared. This has to be a full left. She's right there, she's right there, she's right there, she's right there. No. Oh my gosh, no way. No way. If I had just made that jump, I would have pretty much had this trophy in the bag, literally on the last screen. But now I have to go all the way back up. The only upside was that I knew how to do these jumps. I've proven it. This got me back to the Dark Tower in less than 10 minutes. And just look at my face. I'm extremely determined to get this done. Oh my gosh! Come on, game! Like, yo! Oh, it's so punishing, man. How do you find the strength to keep going when each time you get so close, you fail? Honestly, I didn't even know. All I did know was that I had to beat this map, so just keep on trying. Come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! It's done! New King Plus! Yo, I almost fumbled. I got Fashion King. Finished game wearing the special boots. Oh! Not gonna lie, my heart rate picked up even there. Oh, what is it gonna be when I do the no fall runs? That's gonna be crazy. What? Before we even attempt any no fall runs or speed runs, I still have to beat Ghost of the Babe, which is supposedly even harder than the map I just beat, which took 15 hours and 37 minutes, 20,000 jumps, 1,900 falls. How in the world can it get any harder than that? It certainly does, but doesn't seem so right here. The beginning is fairly simple, and you meet this gnome who you can speak to for a trophy. I think I gotta talk to this guy for a trophy, right? Yeah. Disciple on the Forest Scholar. So here we're at the bog, which is the absolute lowest I can fall. And it has the underwater physics plus snow, which means you can't run unless you have the snake ring on, which I did for this section. And being that it was my first time here, it took 20 minutes for me to make it out. And here you see this red bird, which I'll have to chase up the entire map for a trophy. I chased the bird up to here, then went to the next screen, which has the fourth and last of the invisible ghost fragments that I've been collecting during my ascent. I have to drop back down, then talk to this pink guy who I can give the ghost fragments to in exchange for some yellow shoes and a trophy. Helping a brother out, let's go. And I'm not proud to say it, but it wasn't until about the 3-hour mark when I finally got out of this area. Here we go, bug stalk. And there's a trophy to get here where I have to scare this fly away and go to its next location to do the same thing 39 times. It constantly goes up and down, which is quite annoying, but what can you do? King of the flies, let's go, let's go, let's go, finally. And 2 hours later, I was still here in Bugstock, mainly because there are platforms with this black goo that works the same as ice does and had me struggling. Oh my gosh, here we go, here we go, here we go. All-time record right here, I can't fumble this. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. House of 9 lives. Oh, baby. There's a whole bunch of cats around. And there's actually a hidden one I need to find on this screen for a trophy. Here we go. Cute cat, let's go. And honestly, this area wasn't hard. It's relatively safe and doesn't have any devastating falls, so it took about 10 minutes for me to get through it. The Phantom Tower. Uh-oh! This place has a lot of thin jumps to make and does have some potentially devastating falls that I was praying I don't fall victim to. This is crazy, bro. Bro! Oh my gosh. Yo, I can't believe it! But I did make it back after just over 15 minutes. Come on, 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 come on. Of course. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, this looks like it should be the end, but it's not. We have to jump up here to the next area. Halted ruin, okay. And I can get a trophy here for reaching a certain point, but it's tough because all of these waterfalls. They slow down your jump mid-air and really throw you off mentally, but the key is to jump as if they weren't there, because they won't change the trajectory or outcome of your jump. Okay, trophy right here. Trophy right here. Behold, boys, another loser on the way to disappointment. Looking for, what does that say? Hey, to break it to the amigo, but thou, I can't even read what this is saying. Whatever, we got King and the gang. And you see how we're 8 hours into this run right now? Well, look at that, 15 hours, and look where we are at on the map. This is the epitome of Jump King. You're never truly safe. Honestly, I don't even know what happened, but I am gonna get back up. Boom, here we go, the Tower of Atumbra. 15 hours in, 15 hours, 18 minutes, 1,289 falls. Whew, this is the last area of the game. Now this place is really dangerous because of the quicksand that you can fall through. And if you face plant through it, there's no recovering from it. No! 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 Oh my God. Man, of course, bro. Of course that has to happen to me, man. But the more I played, the faster I kept making it back to this area and got more familiar with the quicksand mechanic. This is the furthest I've made it right here. I have to pause because I'm like getting scared. No! Come on, how did that happen? You cannot miss a single jump up here, because if you do, you get sent all the way back down here. And then if you miss a jump here, you get sent all the way back down to the previous area. It's like insane, man. Oh, crap, man. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Ooh. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. This is the last screen. This is literally the last screen. If I fumble right here, I might actually cry. If I fumble right here, I might actually cry. Like, tears might genuinely come down my face. Bro, it's gonna happen, bro. Here comes the fumble. I'm telling you! Back up. I did it! I did it! I did it! Regal attire! Oh my gosh! Oh! And then Exorcist King! No way! I did not expect to get that! Yo, that map was so hard. That map was so hard. My heart rate was going up, so when we do the no fall run and the speed runs, I have to bring out the heart monitor for sure. I needed a break from the hard trophies, so I went for one where I simply have to collect 9 mushrooms and then trade with this guy for a hat. True Scholar. That was really easy. After we got an extremely hard trophy, that's a nice break. And we got gnomed out as well. Wear the tunic, yellow shoes, and the green hat at the same time. Nice. I didn't expect that. So I went back to the main map to clean up a few trophies that I missed, including a 15-minute speed run. But there was another trophy I wanted to get first. The main goal for this run is to beat it without collecting any of the birds. If we can beat this thing fast, that would also be really good. All right, so I have to avoid this bird somehow. That's the real challenge here. I can either jump left or right, but how do you hit that? Oh, come on. I gotta restart. Bro, again, the same. It gotta be the other way. It has to be a jump to the left because you can't make that jump to the right. I don't understand how I'm supposed to hit that. Oh! Okay, at this point, all I gotta do is finish the map and I get a trophy. All right, we made it to the checkpoint, 18 minutes. So we're gonna have to cut some time for the 15-minute speed run that I'm gonna do next. But at least I can't fall back down, so the bird trophy is pretty much secured. All right, easy enough. We beat it in 25 minutes. And there it is, fool me twice. We just need to cut down 10 minutes. I messed up a lot in the wind section, the snow wind section, so I can earn some time back there. We're gonna have to see how it goes. And just before the speed run, we can get a trophy for wearing all garments of the most dedicated at once. Bird outfit. All the other trophies are either speed runs or beat the game with certain items that make it exponentially harder. Yeah, this is gonna get crazy. And so here we are with the second speed run, but we have to beat it in 15 minutes. Remember, the timer will be in the top left the entire time. 5 minutes to beat this last area. That's GG, bro. That's a GG right there. Oh my gosh. Oh! Oh, okay! Let's go! Lightning speed jumper. Wow. I did not expect to get it that easily. I'm sorry, I didn't have the heart monitor. My stuff got to be at like 140 at least right now. And I didn't know it at the time, but 140 was certainly not the highest it would go in this video. I've used this heart monitor for no death runs on Super Meat Boy, Splasher, Wolfenstein 2, and none of those had my heart rate as high as the last trophy for this game. What do we have left? So we got to do, the no fall run. Remember, my first time around, I fell over 1,000 times. But luckily on the speed run, I only fell 12 times. So just a little bit of correction and I can get this no fall run done. It's not impossible. And there's actually a way you could skip about half of the run if you start from the DLC instead of the main map. If you do this, you start here instead of all the way at the bottom at Red Crown Woods. In some of the trophy descriptions, it says specifically that you need to start at Red Crown Woods for them to count. The no fall run does not say that. So that's how we know it's not an exploit. But it does make this run easier. But I didn't know it existed at the time, so I was taking the normal route and I fell. All right, folks, this is it. But using the skip saves me a lot of jumps early on and it allows me to get further in this run. Oh my gosh. And although I did fall multiple times, I did eventually get a tower attempt. What happened? What happened? What happened? Wait, what? Did I jump the wrong? I was supposed to jump from the middle platform. Oh my gosh, bruh. But you know, it really wasn't too bad because it only takes like 5 minutes on a successful run to get back to the tower. Now, that's not going to be the same for the DLC maps that have the no-fall run as well. Those are going to be brutal, but this one actually seemed doable. Okay, this is where I messed up last time. I got to just jump left. GG. GG. First no-fall run done. First no-fall run complete. Godlike jumper. Nice. That wasn't too bad. Streaming's been going for 2.5 hours. Wait, it took me maybe like 2 hours to do it. That wasn't too bad. Heart rate only went up to 120. And I thought that would be the hardest trophy on this map, but no. The snake ring was even harder and truly felt impossible. But I started with the giant boots, and this time I actually have to start from the very bottom. And remember, the giant boots eliminate your ability to walk, so you need to use tiny hops to reposition yourself. And honestly, this run went pretty smooth. Got it done under an hour. Let's go, GG. GG, giant boots run complete. Giant leaps. It took what, less than an hour? The trophy for beating this map with a snake ring would be the last until the DLC. With it on, every single surface behaves as if it's covered in ice. And I didn't think this would make the run that much harder until I got to this point. How in the world do you pull this off? Crap, I was on there. So you see my problem. On a normal run without the snake ring, I would have made that jump. But because every surface is slippery, this jump is like 10 times harder. Now, it is possible to jump to that flagpole from down here, but I think this is actually even harder. And you gotta love when just a couple screens later, we have 3 of these jumps to hit. Bro, like, what do you do? What do you do? Seriously, man. And just under the hour mark, the frustration was starting to get to me. How do you, like, what do you do? You're jumping to the left, so your momentum naturally takes you to the left. Like, how can you counter? Like, what is there? There's no counter to that. Please, 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 please never put me back down there again. And as I kept playing, I was approaching the checkpoint, meaning I'd never have to hit those flagpole jumps again. Okay, we're just before the checkpoint. We're just before the checkpoint. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Course, and it was just a downward spiral from here. Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna beat this. I'm literally never going to beat this, man. I just want to get to the checkpoint. Come on! Oh! And I'm back down here. Congratulations, man. I seriously, I don't know. I don't know. Why is it so hard to do? I can't believe this, bro. I seriously cannot believe this, man. Like this is, I'm in a nightmare. Oh, I need you to calm down. Come on, bro. Come on. Lock in. You can do this. For you to say that you can't do it is an emotional statement. It is not valid. It's illogical and irrational. There you go. You're back. Okay. You can hit those jumps. You're capable. You can. I can do it. I can. Yes, I can. It's possible. I can do it. But the optimism I had was short-lived, and just an hour later, I wasn't feeling too great again. 4-hour mark, I'm losing my mind here, man. I took a break. It's 3 in the morning. I'm supposed to be in bed already, sleeping. But I finally got my lucky break 10 minutes later. Oh, I think I just full jump up, and that's it. Yes! Oh, I made the checkpoint. 4 hours and 16 minutes. It's 3:23 in the morning. I want to cry. 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 Oh my gosh, that was the most hopeless thing ever. But not as hopeless as the trophy that actually made me cry. I don't know how much harder the rest is going to be. I can't play it anymore. I got my checkpoint and that's all I needed. Well, Blue Ruin's the exact same. All right, we're just gonna go a little bit more, okay? Just a little bit more. And because Blue Ruin is the exact same, whether you have the snake ring on or not, I breezed through it. I mean, I already know how to get through this section. I've done it so many times. And so we made it back to the tower. I didn't say anything. My goal here was just to lock in and get the job done. Crap. We're so close. I can't stop now. I'm here. I did it. I just did it. Oh my gosh, I just beat it with the snake ring. Oh, absolute will. That was the most hopeless run I've done. Oh my gosh. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm so glad I stood up for that. I'm done. I'm off this game for at least a week. I can't do this, bro. I can't do this. I cannot believe I just did that. Oh, that was so hard. That was so hard. That was so much harder than the giant boots. We're back to New Bay Plus because we got to do the giant boots, snake ring, and no fall run in that order. Giant boots was honestly taking longer than I expected, but I reached the last area at the 4-hour mark. The dark tower isn't that hard. Maybe here's enough? Yes, it is. Unfortunately, I'd spend the next 2.5 hours stuck in this area, just continuously falling and having to come back. Man, that's tough. Oh my gosh. We're at the 6-hour mark here, and I'm literally just a couple screens away. There we go. That is such a tough feeling. Being on the very last screen, missing the jump, just to only miss another jump that sends you all the way back down and you're forced to watch the fall of shame. After 6 minutes, I got back up just to miss the same exact jump again. Then 16 minutes later, I made it to the last screen again, but didn't go well. Three minutes after that, I'm on the second to last screen once again. And of course, I missed the same jump that I've consistently missed. But here we are again. I was completely silent during this because I needed to be able to focus as much as possible if I was going to get this done. Somehow throughout all these falls, I've been keeping my cool, not reacting to them at all, just focusing on getting back up again. And he said I should give up. He really said I should give up. As if I was gonna do that. Like, come on, bro. You must not know me. You must not know me. I do not quit until the job is done. I hope you're watching still, because I'm not quitting for nothing. The job is done. And do not ever tell me to give up ever again, okay? Let's see the final run stats. Took a lot longer than I would have liked. Let's see, 6 hours, 41 minutes, 13,719 jumps, 929 falls. Time for another run with the snake ring, and I knew this one would be harder, but at least my knowledge of the map from the previous run carried over, leading me to Lost Frontier just under 1 hour, until it didn't. I forgot it was another one there. I forgot! It's alright, folks. You know why? Because every experience is my education. Lost Frontier with the snake ring is tough because there's a bunch of thin jumps that you have to hit, and this is just like the flagpoles from the main map. So once I got past it, I was really thrilled. Let's go. Oh, let's go, 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 let's go. I'm not gonna lie, my heart rate picked up right there. And just like that, all that progress is gone. I think you can even see the misery on my face when this happened. Fast forward a few hours and I'm back here, but if I miss this spotlight jump, I risk having to go through Lost Frontier again. Tough, very, very tough. I tell you, this is pain I don't want any of you to experience. So if you're thinking about going for this platinum, I'm warning you not to do it. To think it only gets worse later on is crazy, but let's not worry about that. Approaching the 10-hour mark, you can see I'm finally in Black Sanctum. But this wasn't my first time here. I got here several hours ago, but I kept falling down, so I have to keep coming back and doing it over. Black Sanctum shouldn't be harder than Lost Frontier, but for some reason I found it to be harder. I don't know. I mean, the jumps themselves are still very precise, so you have to be perfect with that, and the snake ring obviously makes you slip off surfaces a lot, which really contributed to my fails. But if there's any silver lining to all my fails here in Black Sanctum, is that I'm training my muscle memory for the no-fall run coming up. But there was hope here because we finally reached Deep Ruin, which with the snake ring really isn't bad. The water slowing down the timing of your jumps has a nice little synergy with the snake ring, making it easier to use here. And since a lot of the jumps in this area are really easy, I'm pretty much guaranteed to get an attempt at the last area of the map. So here we are. Let's see if we can finally beat this after 10 hours. That was the last screen, and I just missed the second to last jump of the entire map. Honestly, I would be more frustrated if I fell even further, but the fact that we're in Deep Ruin means I can pretty much get back to the tower again guaranteed, so I wasn't too worried about it. And rightfully so, because here we are back again at the end. Oh! Oh! That's a 16 screen fall, and the worst part about it is the fact that I'm back in Black Sanctum. You don't know who you're dealing with, game. You truly don't know who you're dealing with. That's what I had to tell myself to keep my sanity. 76% of players have earned the easiest trophy in Jump King, but only 0.7% have the platinum. And out of that 0.7%, there's no way to know how many used backup saves. I personally don't blame them for doing so, but refuse to do so myself. I was gonna get this the way it was meant to be done, and I wasn't gonna stop for anything. So that's what I meant by this game doesn't know who it's dealing with. I'm not one to quit when things get tough, but that doesn't mean it'll be easy, because I continue to miss that last jump. Just Just miss it. Just miss it already. Just miss it already. Just miss it already. Yep. I was gonna try to get back once more, and if I fall, I might be too broken to keep trying. So I may have to put this run on hold and go for the no fall run instead. I really don't want to do that, so this needs to be the one, but a fall can happen at any moment in this last area, especially when nerves are at their highest. Oh my gosh. Oh, the fourth time. The fourth time. I missed that jump 3 times in a row. Oh my gosh. 11 hours, 5 minutes, 17,260 jumps to 1,543 falls. Time to do it with 0. There are 56 screens in New Bay Plus, and it takes about 10 minutes to reach the top if I never fall. When I started, I made the mistake of going for a real run with no practice, which only got me to screen 6. I didn't fall. Now I fell. But then I started playing the map in full, focused on minimizing my total falls by the end. 55 falls, first full run, and I'd replay it multiple times, trying to cut down even more. Okay, second time around, 23 falls, 24 minutes. That's less than half of the first time. We just beat it with 7 falls in 14 minutes. And so I was feeling like I might be ready for real attempts. At this point, should I just go for it or should I just keep practicing? I don't know. The only problem was there are a few tough jumps early in the run that could ruin many attempts. But if you get past those, you're pretty much guaranteed to reach Lost Frontier. And this entire area is a run ender. And that's a fall. That's tough. Fall. We got a new PB and messed up like 2 jumps later. But I was making incremental progress, so it was only a matter of time before I finally got out of Lost Frontier without falling. New PB, new PB, new PB, new PB. Hidden Kingdom is pretty easy, so I was never worried about it. But Black Sanctum comes right after, and this is where I felt like my run would end at any moment. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. This is possible, this is possible. Whether it was lucky or not, we somehow got through Black Sanctum and are now in Deep Ruin. Remember, this area is pretty much free, and so we did also get to the Dark Tower, the last area. See? I knew it. Just 2 screens away, I fumbled an easy jump. You'd think since I made it so close that means one of my next attempts would be successful, but that wasn't the case due to the early run ending jumps and Lost Frontier. So it wasn't until the next day that I got to Dark Tower again, and this time I had my heart monitor on, so pay close attention to it as we go. Wipe them. There's up, you're sweating. No fall run complete. No fall run complete. No fall run complete, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, man. Yo, I actually didn't believe it. I really didn't think I was going to do it. Wow. That feels amazing. That's it. New Babe Plus is done. We're on to Ghost of the Babe now, which means I have to do a no fall run on Ghost of the Babe, 2 speed runs, a giant boots run, and a snake ring run. Let's start with the giant boots run. And 4 hours went by until I finally made it to the 3rd area of the map. But of course, because of the giant boots restricting my ability to walk, I fell. And somehow I ended up in Bog, the first area of this map. It was so tragic. But even worse was when I tried to take off the snake ring real quick and ended up taking off the boots instead, which just ruined the entire run. Congratulations, folks. Congratulations. Like, what the heck, man? It didn't matter since I was at the first area anyways, so on my new run, I actually made it to House of 9 Lives just under the 1 hour mark. Let's go! House of 9 Lives. And while this run wasn't perfect, it also wasn't the worst thing ever. And I ended up reaching Antumbra 4 hours in, but didn't make this jump. So it took another hour for me to win. Giant Boots complete. Giant Boots Ghost of the Babe complete. Giant Leaps Ghost. 2nd Antumbra attempt was successful. 5 hours, 19 minutes, 11,927 jumps, 463 falls, but more so like 8 to 9 hours, including the first run. The snake ring run wasn't going too bad initially. I was in the second to last area, not even 4 hours invested, but I did fumble. Oh! Stupid snake ring, man! Around 2 hours later, an unfortunate series of falls led me to the beginning of the second area, and this is when the slight hopelessness started kicking in. But I still did have my sanity, enough to motivate myself to keep going. I swear to you, this game doesn't know who it's up against. Keep doing it. I love it every single time. Yep, keep knocking me down. I have to get back. But it took me another hour, so now we're at the 7 hour mark. Good night, folks. I told you to pay very close attention. This game, keep throwing all obstacles. I don't care if I fall all the way back down to the beginning again. You're not gonna stop me, okay? Not when I've already decided. 4 hours into day 2, I finally reached Antumbra, and this is crossing the 10 hour mark on the run entirely. Will we do first Antumbra attempt? This is all I've wanted, was to get to this point. I don't know what happened. And just as the time invested was going up, my mental state was going down. That stupid notification just threw me off, bro. Oh my gosh. Bro, like, what do I have to do? Do I have to sell my soul? Like, what is required to actually win? Just under 15 hours, I was back at Antumbra for the 5th time, but was unsuccessful again. Again. And just 6 minutes after being in the last area, I found myself pretty much at the bottom. But when I woke up that morning, I was so determined to get the trophy that day. I was doing everything in my power to not let these falls prevent that. I gathered myself and made another serious push towards the end.
I want you to get to a place in your life that every mistake you make, every setback you get, every obstacle that you don't overcome, every barrier you can't climb, I don't want you to give up, but I want you to fail forward. You gotta learn from your mistakes, and every mistake you make. Don't stop, don't quit. You will never be great because every time you go through pain, every time you go through a problem, every time you go through discouragement, you give up and you quit, and you do not understand that at the end of pain is your millions. At the end of pain is your reward. At the end of pain is your productivity. At the end of pain is your promise. So do me a favor, stop crying about it and use your energy to get through it.
He told me it was gonna work and it didn't work. I should have never went for it. I should have just done a normal jump. Had I never known about that strat, I would have been done with this. I would be able to rest my back, it hurts really bad, and just go to sleep. But instead, I have to sit here and play until it's done. And I don't know when that's gonna be. The days before this run, one of my mods on stream who has this platinum donated to say, "You didn't do the full jump I was talking about. Look at the message I sent you on Discord and you'll see what I mean." He sent this clip of him doing the strat, and his head hits the ceiling, which lands him just on the edge of the platform. It didn't work for me because he was constantly jumping up and down leading up to the final jump, which meant he executed his full jump at a higher point in the quicksand than I did. He sent another donation apologizing, and as much as I wanted to blame him, deep down, I knew it was my own fault. Thank you, bro. I don't have the energy to be hype right now because I'm devastated, but very emotional right now, and I have an ability to recognize that I'm emotional right now, and all I want to do is blame you for telling me to do that, but objectively I'm the one who made the decision to do that, so it's not your fault. But I want to blame you. Like, my emotions are telling me to blame you because otherwise I wouldn't have done it. That's just me being real, but at the end of the day, it's not your fault. And just 15 minutes later, I started hitting an all-time low. I can't, bro. Like, how is anyone able, like, what am I expected to do, man? What am I expected to do when you just keep falling constantly, man? It's just a never-ending cycle. I don't get it, bro. I don't understand, man. How many times can you actually do that to somebody? Unfortunately, my mistake would be extremely costly. Yesterday was a rough day, and to add on to it, 2 hours into day 3, I was already at the 20-hour mark on this run, and things weren't getting any better. Bro, bro, like, I kept playing for 3 more hours before I got a real shot at winning the run, but of course, I fell at the second to last screen. Second to last screen, the nightmare continues, folks. 2 hours later, I had another second to last screen attempt, which I failed because of the snake ring. At that point, I had fallen from Antumbra give or take 20 times, and I truly felt as if this nightmare would never end. I had no expectation of winning, but did notice I was reaching Antumbra more consistently than ever. I still fell multiple times, but kept getting back fast, and at this point, it felt like it was only a matter of time before I won, and I was really hoping it would be this attempt just before the 30-hour mark. This is a full jump. This is a full jump. Every last jump, every fall, every setback, man. It really makes me feel like no one understands what I'm feeling because they just weren't here to experience it. And I'm the one going through all this, and it's like I feel so alone in this tormenting experience. How many times can somebody be devastated before they just stop, man? Nobody was the one playing and falling constantly over and over, getting their heart broken. 30 hours, man. I've never been through anything like that, man. I've never experienced anything like that in my life, bro. By far the longest trophy this game has challenged me with. But we still have a no-fall run that could take me longer if it's hard enough, and that was exactly what I started practicing for. There are also 2 speedrun trophies that I will naturally get while going for the no-fall run, since a real no-fall run will take about 10 minutes. In my first run through Ghost of the Babe, I fell 33 times, but remember, there are 2 scripted falls at the start, and I finished in 36 minutes, which unlocked the hour speedrun trophy. Haunted Jumper. That was so easy, man. Compared to that snake ring, bruh, I went for another practice run and got 14 falls. We'll lock in the speed run. Possessed Jumper. Not bad, not bad. 14 falls. We want to get sub 10. Officially 1 trophy away from the plat. We got a 5 fall run. So now I felt ready for some real attempts. That same night, I had a really good halted ruin attempt, but fell just shy from Entumbra. Oh! Probably because my heart rate was getting high, which was expected. 2 days later, I finally got my first Entumbra attempt, but I choked the small jump because I was nervous. Oh man. Luckily, I had the skill to get back here the next day, but I felt my heart beating faster than it ever has before, and rightfully so. I mean, the 100+ hours of suffering I put into this game could be over if I pull this off. is what life is like, man. This is what it does to you. Like, this right here is when dudes quit, they give up, they get too devastated to even try again. But we cannot quit. Going for this platinum has taught me a very important lesson. Repetition is the foundation of mastery. No one starts out great. Every success is built through relentless practice. People who achieve great things have to first experience intense struggle. They push through substantial amounts of failure, knowing that every mistake is another step forward. And as much as it hurts, we have to appreciate devastation, because the successes would feel empty if they came without it. People always ask me why I go for such hard platinums. I do them because they allow me to create a story of struggle to triumph that you guys can learn from. You can learn the value of never giving up on what may feel impossible. It's deeper than a platinum trophy. It's about pushing through heartbreaking struggle, because we will all experience it in our real lives at some point. And as I pulled myself together after missing the very last jump for the platinum, all I could think about was how great it would feel to finally be done with this game after 4 months. Game over. Game over. Jump King Platinum is mine. It's officially mine. And he was talking about if. He was talking about if. This platinum is mine. This platinum is mine. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I just got the Jump King Platinum, man. No save scums. Oh my gosh, no way I just did that. No way I just did that, man. No way I just did that. I don't want anyone ever doubting me. Do not ever talk about if. Nothing. Don't ever say give up. Don't ever say use save scum. Don't ever say do anything, man. I keep going until the job is done. That is a true story of struggle, of heartbreak, of triumph, overcoming adversity, just defying all odds, repetition, practice, perfection, like everything. 139 hours. Was it 241,000 jumps and 14,629 falls? If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for sticking around. It was an incredible journey getting this platinum. And if there's one thing that I want you guys to remember forever, is just to never give up. It is never okay to give up. I don't care how hard things get. Just don't do it. Trust me, it will serve you well in your life, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching.